Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and I'm just going to do this for a little bit because otherwise you can see my mother's fan in the background, and I know that that would drive me crazy. So, happy Monday to you, and Monday means it's time for Cheer Corner. And Cheer Corner means that together we can change the world one card at a time. I am a huge believer in happy mail, and when I come and visit my mom, I see this in action. I call it love in action. When you make a card with someone in mind and someone receives that card and knows it was handmade just for them, that is a powerful, powerful thing where people realize that they have been seen and that someone cared about them. So don't underestimate the power of your hobby, people. And if you haven't discovered this hobby yet, I would love to hear from you because I think it's amazing. It has made me feel creative in a way that I never did before. Because, hi, Kylie, so nice to see you. Um, when I first put ink to paper, it was a really transformative moment because I grew up, and this is totally on me, okay? Not thinking that I was artistic. I couldn't draw very well. My painting was rudimentary. But when I put a stamp to paper with ink and combined it with pattern paper, I knew that I could make beautiful things, and that's great. And I have never looked back. And so, as much as I love stamping myself, um, the greater joy is watching someone else make something for the first time and realizing that they're creative, that they can do this. So let's take a look. I am just going to go over to ManyCam. I don't know why my phone is beeping. It should be on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, I'm hoping it stops. Okay, that's really what I hope. Okay, let's change. Here we go. So I'm using the stamp set Unbounded Love. I love this one. I used it in Holland in the Dutch. I'm taking it with so that I'll have it in Dutch and English. And yeah, hope is believing in a brighter tomorrow. Love never gives up. Faith is being sure of what we cannot see, and peace makes the world a better place. But the thing is, those are all separate, so you can combine them any which way you want. Um, I used it last week for Have a Blessed Day. So this was the sketch last week. You still have time to add your card. If you made a card with this sketch, please post it. If you can't remember where to post it, just send it to me in a message because I realize that things can get lost in the thread. I am going to use this paper for today. Take a look. I love this paper because it also reminds me of being artistic. I thought, oh, this is great. I wish we had a paint palette, but and it's just really nice paper. So we're using a bunch of it today. And I am really limited in what I can do because I decided not to take a die cutting machine to my mom's. Okay, there's so much stuff, and I was getting a ride with Honey in her convertible. So there's precious little room. I had a big suitcase, a small suitcase, and a bag of stamping stuff, and it just fit. No room for a die cutting machine. So I am back to basics. So we are starting with a large Memories and More card. And then I cut a piece, and now let me grab my ruler. I cut a piece of this paper, and if you look carefully, let me just put it on the dark wooden table. This table has been around in my family. It's older than I am. It's got coffee rings on it, but you can see there's a white edge on three sides, and I think so. This is 6 inches, and I'm pretty sure it's 4 1/8. But let me see. Yeah, so it's 6 inches by 4 1/8, and it's gonna go just centered. Or am I gonna center it? No, I'm gonna put it right against this edge so that it's not missing that white edge. So I'm using my liquid adhesive, and I got a new one, so I don't have to worry about running out, which is really wonderful. Oh, that's mom's clock. And mom got this clock from her mother. When her mother died, she inherited the clock. And so whenever I call mom and I hear the clock going, it's a little bit behind. It reminds me of being with her. And I leave on Thursday to go back to the Netherlands, and it sort of breaks my heart. I mean, I can't live with my mom, but she's going to miss me so much. And I honestly think, yes, she did think that she was maybe not long for this world, but just having time with me has just really perked her right up. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. Mm. This cup, I'm just going to move it. I'm just going to. Just let's switch for a minute. This cup, so in our family, we have a tradition that everybody has their own cup. I've had this cup since I was a teenager. So whenever I come, this is the cup that I get. It's really cool. Now, let me just check. Hi, Janet. So nice to see you. I'm glad you sent in your cards. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Um, Now, let's keep going, Jackie. Do not lose the thread. So, mom has her own cup too, and she's gone through a few. We have to take her cups away when they get a crack because she will keep drinking her hot tea with a crack in the cup, and we're afraid that it's going to give out one day and she's going to burn herself. Okay, let's have a look. So, we have this, and then I took this paper because I wanted to take the pink out of here. This is the other side. See, that wouldn't look very good. But with the pink, this is, I believe, 5 1/8. Let's see how good I am at this. Oh no, I'm totally wrong. This is 5 3/4, and then I just cut a notch in. So what I did was, and I should have done this with you guys. Well, you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to do another one. So it's 5 3/4 by 2 1/4. So 5 3/4 by 2 1/4. And let's just pick a different color just to see. Here, we'll pick this one. And then you can choose. You can help me to see which one. Look, we can also do it with a green. So 2 1/4. I'm just going to move all my stuff here. It's kind of nice to start with a clean surface. Here we go. So 2 1/4. And then 5 3/4. Here we go. So just taking a 1/4 inch off. And then sometimes we have punches for this, but look, you just kind of eyeball it. If you're really persnickety, you can mark it with a pencil. Just cut down about 3/4 of an inch and then go towards the middle and then go again like this. And then you've got a notch. That is pretty even. There. And then again on the other side, cut down the middle, a comfortable clip in. Isn't that really precise? A comfortable clip in. That's like an old-fashioned recipe, a pinch, small handful, you know? There. So now we have it. So that's how you make this piece. So let's get back. Both of them are just lovely, right? This paper is great. Like this side is really nice too. So we can do it like this and then take a look. I have, I have this one, but you see, this one will now, I don't like that. So my heart goes out to you, or we have that. And I kind of like this one better with the green. So we have this, or we can put the pink in, and then, see, now this contrasts. So both are nice. So if I did this one, it's good. Or the green one looks better with this. And I just did the hope in fresh freesia and then the words in black. All right, let's just get those together and then we'll decide. Okay, lots of decisions to make. Let me go back to Facebook to see what you guys are saying. Hi, Mary. Hello, Tim and Jean. I know it's probably just Jean. I don't think Tim's sitting there with you. Is he? Okay, let's get these together. So I like this, that it pulls up the color, and this is that same paper, right? So you can use your, and look at, this is where I tried to, my first stamping wasn't good, so I tried again. Didn't work so well. So we're just using the other side. I put my glue on way too thickly there. You should always use a thin line of glue so it doesn't ooze. I'm hoping it doesn't ooze. But you know, it wasn't necessary to use that much. It also has a little smudge on it, but you know what? That proves that it's handmade. With my lack of pigment in my skin, I do have to put a little bit of foundation on, otherwise I look so pale. I'm no longer trying to hide the vitiligo, but if I don't put anything on, I look super pale and people are concerned that I'm not healthy. But that stuff sometimes sticks on my skin, even though I wash my hands, and then it ends up on my card. So if you ever see a brown smudge on my card, it's because, that's funny, Jean. Wouldn't Tim, I think you should get Tim on here and, you know, we can hear from him too. Okay, so watch. Here's the greeny one. Lost Lagoon, maybe. Coastal Cabana. So with that one, I would do this. right? Then it looks nice. But with, see, so there's that. Take a little screenshot. Or here with the pink. I think I do like the pink. The pink makes it brighter. Okay, we're going to put this on flat, and then we're going to pop up the sentiment. And you can make the size, so this honors the sketch, and really the sketch doesn't have to have the little notches in it, but I think it's really nice to do that because it's an unusual, we don't often use that in our cards. We often tend to stay squares, circles, rectangles. See, and now I'm going to pop this up, and then we're going to add a little bling. It needs a little something. And you could add any kind of focal point. I guess I don't need 4 dimensionals, but guess what? There's going to be 4 dimensionals here. I can get a little cheap with my dimensionals, I have to say. It's the immigrant blood. Okay, so this is going to go like so. And then I also thought about like maybe stamping, but I kind of like the swoosh of color. I thought that these would be nice. These are called iridescent faceted gems. So they'll just bring out the color. I don't have my pokey tool either. So then you can just, some people use their fingers. I'm not so good at that. But the end of the scissors works very well. There. Maybe I'm going to do 2 big ones. That looks really nice, I think. And they're just sparkling more in the, maybe 3. 2 is no good. And I see that it's not perfectly straight either, but you know what? I can always change that later. There we go. A way to avert that is to put little dots, pencil dots. See, this one has to move a little bit. Let's see if I can do that. The pokey tool is helpful. Well, it's still not perfect. The other thing to do is not put them in a line. Oh, now it's going every which way. See how, you know, a little embellishment. Okay, you know what? It's not perfect. It's going to be perfectly imperfect for today. But that's a great saying, right? My heart goes out to you. Hello, Laura from Michigan. It's so nice to see you guys here. So this is just a really simple card again, where the paper does the work. I might do something fancier later, but it doesn't have to be. I don't even have another stamp set here. This is the only one I have on my desk, but I think it's a really good one. It's got a nice happy birthday with sympathy. If you're just starting with stamping, this would be a great set. And yeah, little one, friend, you've got this. Feel better soon. You know, it's great. A punch would be really good with this too. So yeah, thanks, Kylie. Yeah, Mom is doing really well, and I think she just, let me just go back here for a minute. We've spent a lot of time together, and I've played so many games I can't even count. And but I've been getting her to go outside, and I think that's a trust thing. And she hasn't been outside. It's so important for your feet to be on the soil, and she's always loved gardening. So every day now we go and sit outside, and she walks through her garden. And today she said, or yesterday she said to me, you know what, tomorrow we're going to pull weeds. She said, you just bring a chair outside for me, and I'll sit in the chair and pull all the weeds I can around my chair, and then we'll move the chair. So I might do that with her. But going for a drive is also really nice, where she just sees more of the outside world. Her world has gotten so small. And then YouTube is also great. We've been watching Dutch choirs, and loves that. And then if there's nice videography with it too, it's just really, really wonderful. So I encourage you to reach out to the older, lonely people in your world, and at the very least send a card, and if even better, maybe hand deliver it, or send a card and then see if you can come for a visit a week later. Yeah, and be persistent, because Mom often says no to company. And so I told her, Mom, it's a bit on you, and if you're lonely, you should pick up the phone. You have a wonderful church family. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's Cheer Corner card. I completely forgot to say that if you know someone who could use this card, please let me know. Tell me why, and maybe your card will get picked. Okay? Also, share a card if you've made it with the sketch, and maybe you will be the lucky winner. I don't know how I'm going to how long I'm going to keep doing this. Um, I'm not so good in the long term, as you know, I forget and I get behind and whatnot. So maybe everybody wants to participate just for the fun of it. But I have been sending happy mail, and I will keep doing my best. So I hope that you have a super day. And thanks, Sheila. I'm really happy too. It's been such a gift to be here with Mom and to enjoy her company and to see her perk up and laugh and be happy. And you know what? Every day I go into her room thinking maybe this is it. Yesterday she slept so long too, but still, yeah, she's still here. So I'm grateful. I know many of you are living without your moms, and I know I have a brief inkling when I got the call from her thinking she was dying. My grief was profound. So I told her that. I said, "Oh, Mom, I'm going to miss you so much." So, but thank you. And I told her I was going to do this today, and maybe we'll do a little video this afternoon. Oh, I'm so glad you got your card, Kylie. That's wonderful. All right, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this page and of this venture, the Cheer Corner and the Sketch Challenge. And I just encourage you to also make your corner of the world a cheer corner. I know you will. All right, bye.